Gratitude to the organizers to invite me here. Actually, it is first time I have a talk here in Finland, and I promise you that I will keep it short. So, and I also thank you that you are still staying here. So, I'm a solution consultant at Ixanos, and with my colleagues, we mostly focus on integration and customization of Android operating system for various devices. So today I'm going to talk to you about customization of Android OS, where first of all you may expect that I will give you a definition of what I mean under customization, but in this presentation, which hopefully I will present, I will rather show you that what are the bounds of Android customization which are worth to do from the business perspective, and of course how it affects the application development. Well, and this is the moment where I actually need to show slides. Still warming up.
Yeah. Like the words, I have a lot of applications start up automatically. Like mine at least.
Don't worry, getting my Linux system work with the project will take longer. So, this is the title that I will talk about customization. And let me start with a comparison. What is cool mobile phone today? What was cool in 2005? What is the difference? What are the key selling points? In 2005, when I bought my Razer phone, I liked the design, people liked the hardware, easy to use, lot of functionality, Bluetooth, so on, so on. Well, after a while, Apple came with the iPhone, and it doesn't have a proper Bluetooth functionality, text messaging, not as well, but it has something different, which is today represents the key selling points for smartphones, and those are the application store, the mobile ecosystem itself, that the mobile phone allows to access the online content. So it has a big touch screen, and since Apple introduced that iPhone, this is the number one for smartphones. Maybe you are not agree with this. Are you? Okay? But I see so. So, let's talk about the Android success story. So, why Android is so successful? One item may be that it integrates the Google services, which were already popular before Android appeared. Well, it is a stable operating system with frequent releases and new cool features which are coming with every new release. While the Android market at the moment contains more than 250,000 applications, and the Google CEO just said, I think a few weeks ago, that there is daily 350,000 new Android device activation, which means about 125 million Android phones turned on in 1 year. And of course, Android contains the Linux kernel, which is relatively easy to port and integrate with various hardware. So to get to the point where I really want to get, I would like to discuss how an original equipment manufacturer, an OEM, builds a mobile phone, an Android mobile phone. Well, the first difference is that if the OEM is a member of the Open Handset Alliance, then it has access to the Google Android code, source code, earlier than actually the source code is released. Like Motorola presented this Android 3 phone without actually being Android 3 and open source system. So that means that, and what is this Open Handset Alliance? This alliance is a group of 80 companies, which I used to call Google Club, because they have the advantage that they have shorter time to market of their Android devices. When the OEM creates the Android device and introduces his innovations, modifications into the Android system, there are still two barriers which he needs to pass. One is the compatibility test suite provided by Google, and the second one, he needs to pass the requirements of the so-called compatibility definition document, also provided by Google. So CTS and CDD their reason is to ensure that Android applications will run on every Android device. And the second reason why OEMs need to run this CTS and us CDD is that the OEM is only allowed to use Android market and use the Google applications and services on their mobile devices when the device passes those tests. So the CTS itself contains more than 22,000 automated test cases. Well, and there is one more difficulty, that from the OEM's perspective, that new version of Android is released nearly every 6 months. Well, so let's say last year Frojo was released in June, and the OEM starts to develop his Frojo Android phone. Then if he does it in half a year, then this is quite fast OEM. If he designs the system from scratch. So that means when the OEM finishes his phone and finally it goes to the customer, to the end user, buy my Frojo phone, Android, Google just announces the Ginger. Android 2.3 with cool new features, and everyone wants the new Android phone. So this is some kind of new challenge for OEMs. Of course, there is also a range of devices where passing those CTS and CDD is not always a must. For example, you don't necessarily need Android market or up-to-date Android software on a set-top box or on a car entertainment system or on a GPS devices. So OEMs who are integrating with those devices can basically ignore those requirements. So we see that there is not too much time for OEMs to differentiate their product. Today, every Android phone looks the same. It's big touch screen, 3 buttons or 4. And so the OEMs is facing the question how to differentiate, how to sell their product. So one recipe is to create an Android font, which I call the table madness, because nearly everyone who is able to create a tablet is creating a tablet today. If there is a market for all those different Android and tablets, I don't really know. I personally don't own one, so this is maybe why my opinion has shifted. So you can add window management, windowing to Android. We presented such a demonstration at the Mobile World Congress, so Exynos presented. You may come up with some exotic hardware, so Kyocera introduced the Echo device, which actually has 2 displays, or you may try to integrate new services like IQ is going to release a Facebook phone, so they believe that even they will not run the latest Android version, the perfect integration of Facebook will help to sell their phones. So you may also differentiate with customize the Android OS itself, changing animations, look and feel. I will describe the possibilities later. And there is a very popular way to differentiate your Android device is to create a new app store. There are some estimations that in year 2040 there will be more than 100 Android app stores around the world. So this estimation was made by Visual Mobile Research. So if we look on the website of open source Android, that what the documentation itself covers and what you actually can customize on Android, it is the boot screen, the network settings, choosing and setting preloaded applications, some custom themes, and custom animations. Not too much, if you ask me. Well, in practice, how the customization of Android OS goes. So OEMs are building their own Android images, usually introducing changes in the lock screen, in window management, and so on. There is also this group called CyanogenMod, which is often considered to be a hacker group. And also there is a port of Android for x86. So this is one of the ways. There is also a tool released by the group called XDA developers, which allows actually to unpack Android image, customize it, and pack the Android image again and copy it to the device. Well, it may sound that it is also some kind of hacking, but actually this group has more than 3 million visitors from around the world, so probably they know something. Of course, you may also create new content, wallpapers, and replace applications.